We used to believe the early universe was a place of pristine, predictable chaos, a canvas where gravity played by the rules, slowly gathering primordial dust to forge the very first stars. But we were wrong. What the James Webb Space Telescope has just detected lurking in the deep, ancient dark is not a triumph of cosmic creation. It is a cosmic aberration. We call them quasi-stars, or more accurately, black hole stars. Colossal, monstrous anomalies that should not exist, yet they are burning with a terrifying, impossible brilliance at the dawn of time. Imagine a star so impossibly massive that it dwarfs our Sun by a factor of 10 billion. But do not picture a warm, life-giving orb. Picture a gargantuan, swollen beast of hydrogen and helium, glowing with a bruised, violent violet light. Now, peer deeper, beneath its roiling, unstable surface. At the dead center of this stellar titan, there is no fusion engine. There is only a puncture wound in reality. A ravenous, supermassive black hole, trapped inside the star's very core, feeding on the host that birthed it. This is the ultimate cosmic paradox. A star powered not by the birth of light, but by the relentless, suffocating consumption of it. The outer layers of gas desperately try to collapse inward under their own staggering gravity, while the central black hole, gorging itself on this endless feast, spews out torrents of fierce, blinding radiation that pushes the gas back out. It is a volatile, screaming equilibrium. A living star wrapped around a beating heart of absolute nothingness. To the human mind, this is not just a scientific puzzle, it is a profound existential horror. We are hardwired to seek order in the cosmos, to believe that light and dark are eternal adversaries. Yet, these primordial titans reveal a universe where the light and the dark are locked in a grotesque, symbiotic embrace. It forces us to confront our deepest, most primal fear, the realization that at the very origin of our reality, the rules of physics did not just bend, they broke. We are looking back 13 billion years, staring into a mirror of absolute ancient chaos, and realizing that the foundations of our universe were built upon monsters. The cosmos was never supposed to birth these things. When the James Webb Space Telescope pierced the primordial shroud of the infant universe, it did not find the expected, gentle nurseries of newborn stars. Instead, it stared directly into the eyes of monsters. Scattered across the dark, billions of light years away, are what astronomers call little red dots. But do not let the sterile, clinical name fool you. These are the graves of physics. They are black hole stars. Imagine a star so colossal, so terrifyingly vast, that its outer envelope could swallow our entire solar system. Yet, its heart is not powered by the life-giving warmth of nuclear fusion. It is powered by death. At the absolute center of this titanic sphere of gas sits a ravenous, rapidly growing black hole. This is a grotesque, impossible hybrid. According to every law of astrophysics we have painstakingly written, such an entity should not exist. A black hole is born from the violent death of a star, it is the tombstone left behind. But here, the tombstone has become the engine. The black hole feeds on the very star that cocoons it, releasing a torrent of hellish, suffocating energy. This outward radiation pressure, generated by the feeding frenzy of the void, is the only thing keeping the star from collapsing under its own crushing gravity. It is a parasitic, symbiotic nightmare, keeping a dead sun alive on a life support system of pure gravity and destruction. The existence of these beasts shatters our understanding of time itself. For decades, we believed that supermassive black holes grew slowly, co-evolving alongside their host galaxies over billions of years. But these black hole stars are too big, too soon. They exist in an era when the universe was less than 1 billion years old, possessing masses that should have taken eons to accumulate. They have skipped the cosmic queue, defying the Eddington limit, the fundamental speed limit of how fast matter can fall into a void. They stand as silent, colossal anomalies, mocking our equations. They suggest that the early universe did not build itself from the ground up, but was violently seeded by the direct collapse of colossal gas clouds into ready-made monsters. We are left to contemplate a terrifying reality. The first light in our universe may not have been the gentle shine of creation, but the desperate, glowing scream of stars being eaten alive from the inside out. Peer into the deep, frozen dark of the early universe, where the laws of nature as we know them were still being written in blood and fire. For decades, astrophysics rested on a comforting, elegant lie that stars are born from the slow, gentle embrace of gravity, kindling nuclear fusion over millions of years to ward off the cold. But the James Webb Space Telescope has shattered that peace. Peering back to the dawn of time, it has detected a terrifying breed of monsters lurking in the primordial fog. They appear on our screens as innocent, tiny red dots, but their reality is a cosmic nightmare. These are quasi-stars, the theoretical black hole stars. They are colossal, impossible entities that completely bypass the mandatory rules of stellar evolution. They did not wait. They did not slowly grow. In a violent defiance of physics, they ballooned to the mass of millions of suns almost instantly. At their heart lies a dark, perverted secret. These giants are not powered by the life-giving warmth of nuclear fusion. Instead, they are fueled by absolute destruction. Deep within their swollen, gaseous bellies, a supermassive black hole nests at the core, violently feeding. It is an engine of pure doom, dragging the star's own flesh into its bottomless maw, screaming in agony as it converts stolen mass into a blinding, hellish luminosity. The outer envelope of gas acts as a suffocating, dense cocoon, trapping the fury of the beast within, swelling the star to the size of entire solar systems. To stand near one would be to witness a sky dominated by a bloated, blood-red sun that does not burn, but bleeds light. It is a parasite wearing the skin of its host, a stellar corpse animated by the very gravity that should have crushed it. These cosmic anomalies force us to confront an unsettling, existential truth. The early universe was not a cradle of quiet creation, but a chaotic, lawless abyss. Before there was order, there were only hungry giants, born from the dark, designed to consume everything they touched. We are looking at the ancestors of the supermassive black holes that rule the centers of galaxies today, including our own. We are looking into the throat of the beast that birthed the cosmos, and we are realizing, with cold certainty, that the universe has always belonged to the dark. We have always comforted ourselves with the illusion of an orderly cosmos. We drew neat little diagrams of stellar evolution. A cloud of gas collapses, a star ignites, it burns through its fuel over billions of years, and only in its dying gasp does it collapse into a black hole. It was a clean, linear sequence. A predictable birth, life, and death. But what the James Webb Space Telescope has unearthed in the deep, freezing dark of the cosmic dawn shatters this fragile comfort. Imagine a monster born not from a corpse, but conceived in the womb of life itself. A star so incomprehensibly massive that its very heart is already dead, a screaming, hyperdense singularity eating its host from the inside out. This is not the slow, natural decay we prepared ourselves for. This is a cosmic cancer. It is the realization that the universe, in its infancy, did not play by the rules of balance. It played by the rules of violence. The human mind is not built to comprehend this scale of existential horror. If you were to stand near one of these primordial titans, your eyes would not perceive a normal star. You would behold a swollen, bruised purple colossus, bleeding raw, distorted light. Its surface would ripple and buckle under gravity so intense it warps the very fabric of time around it. And at its core, a silent, invisible throat is drinking its own body, howling in a wavelength of radiation that would vaporize your DNA in a millisecond. This triggers a primal, ancient fear deep within our collective psyche. It is the terror of the parasite. The horror of knowing that the light which warms us and the darkness which swallows us are not separate forces, but can coexist as a single, grotesque entity. It forces us to confront a chilling philosophical truth. Perhaps the universe did not begin in a state of pure, pristine light. Perhaps the darkness was there first, wearing the skin of a star, waiting to be born. We look up at the night sky and we feel small, but these black hole stars make us feel entirely irrelevant. They prove that physics, as we understand it, is merely a local, temporary agreement. In the deep past, the rules were broken, chaotic, and hostile. We are looking back at our origins only to find that the cradle of creation was guarded by monsters of our worst nightmares, and we are nothing but the drifting, accidental ash of their ancient, catastrophic meals. For generations, we comforted ourselves with a lie. We imagined the dawn of time as a quiet, sterile nursery, a smooth, predictable expanse where pristine clouds of hydrogen drifted in the dark, gently coaxing the first fragile stars into existence. It was a tidy, elegant genesis, governed by the reassuring mathematics of our modern textbooks. But the James Webb Space Telescope has shattered that fragile illusion. Peer deep enough into the infrared abyss, and the darkness does not reveal a peaceful cradle. It reveals a violent, anarchic slaughterhouse. We are looking back at an epic of cosmic monsters, a time when the universe did not slowly grow, but screamed into existence. The discovery of black hole stars and overmassive, ancient behemoths has triggered our deepest existential dread. These are not ordinary celestial bodies, they are physical contradictions, little red dots of impossible density, harboring ravenous singularities cocooned inside choking, bloated shrouds of stellar gas. They are cosmic parasites that grew faster than the very galaxies supposed to host them, defying the core tenets of our established physics. This is the terrifying realization: at the dawn of time, gravity, matter, and the fabric of space itself behaved in ways that are deeply unnatural, volatile, and hostile to the very concept of life. The early universe was not a slow-burning hearth, but a chaotic, lawless abyss ruled by ravenous giants that swallowed entire solar systems before the first stable planets could even form. It forces us to confront a chilling philosophical truth. The physics we rely on today, the predictable, orderly laws that keep our Earth spinning and our sun burning, is not a permanent truth. It is merely a temporary, localized lull in an eternal, chaotic storm. We are living in a brief, fragile pocket of calm, built upon the ashes of an ancient, monstrous reality that defies everything we claim to understand. When we look into the deep space of the early universe, we are not looking at our origins. We are looking directly into the mouth of a cosmic nightmare that has only just begun to show its teeth.